Coming up on Mountain News this morning, in a touching ceremony in one eastern Kentucky city, local state troopers impacted by July's flooding receive a gift to help them recover. And we have a warning for everyone affected by the flooding, involving people who might try to take advantage of the destruction here in the region.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Alrighty, 6:01 here. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. It's Friday. Woo! That was the worst woo ever. All right, let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast and lecture. Let me tell y'all something. You know, it's really hard just anchoring this by myself in the studio because Brandon's not here to just pester me. So it's hard.
I am here, but I can only pester you through like text and messages and stuff like that.
And you have,
and
we do.
I can pester you now, you know, over on air together. But yeah.
My goodness
so it is
gracious.
Friday. Just hold on to that it is Friday. So we're gonna get through it.
Hopefully.
All right, let's get into the forecast here. Taking a look at Pikeville this morning. US 119, US 23. A little bit warmer over there this morning. Not much traffic. 52 in Pikeville as we start the day out. We head over to our temperature map, and you'll see still the low 40s in Clintwood and Jonesville to the low 50s in Pikeville, Logan, Jackson, Moorhead, and Prestonsburg, with Prestonsburg being the warm spot this morning across the region at 53. A lot of mid to upper 40s out there this morning. A little coffee. Don't need a little extra or max warming as you see the temperature a little cooler in some spots the next dozen hours. Now we're going to flip the script a little bit today. Remember we had clouds and then sun. Today we'll have sun then clouds, and I think you'll be seeing, just like yesterday, more of one than the other at times, especially later this afternoon. But I think the temperatures will still top out in the upper 60s a little bit later today. Dakota?
Thank you. After more than 2 months, a Breathitt County family is getting some closure while dealing with heartache. Remains found during the weekend along Troublesome Creek in the Clayhole area are that of 29-year-old Nancy Cundiff. She was one of the 2 women missing in Breathitt County since historic flooding. 60-year-old Vanessa Baker has not been found. Grayson Passmore traveled to the county to see how the community is handling the recovery.
2 months ago, Breathitt County families stepped inside their homes for the first time after the flood.
It's all destroyed.
Today, this is what is left for so many. Just the plot of land their homes were built on. Remnants that families had once been there, but nothing else.
Now when we need help, you know, like blankets, heat, you know, assistance like that, and even equipment coming in. We need that now, and it, you know, and when it's fresh, it's on everybody's mind. But now here it is, 9 weeks into this thing.
And there's still major work to be done. As Judge Executive Jeff Noble works with the little money they have, there is some sense of relief for the community Thursday.
It's been tough dealing with, excuse me, but these 2 ladies that's been missing, it's been gut wrenching. I spoke to one of the family members and I said, if I can help you, just let me know. And he said, just found my mom.
29-year-old Nancy Cundiff and 60-year-old Vanessa Baker both went missing from the Lower River Caney Road area on July 28th. 2 families stuck in limbo for months after the flood, waiting for any type of news.
You know, and makes it tough. I went to school with the families, and then, you know, these other ones I've grown up and known them all my life, and we are a close-knit community, and when they hurt, we hurt.
The whole community hurting Saturday as the news that a body had been found along the bank of Troublesome Creek quickly spread through town. Thursday, the family of Nancy Cundiff confirming the body found was hers.
And I'm just hoping and praying that it was one, and you know, off the bat, I assumed it was one, but I'm just thankful for the family to have some closure, you know, knowing that she's been found.
That was Grayson Passmore reporting. Just last month, the judge executive says the county spent around $1.6 million on bills draining their accounts. The county actually spends the money, does the improvements, and then submits the receipts to be reimbursed by the state through the relief fund passed in August. Well, during the flooding, several state troopers with KSP Post 13 in Hazard were devastated, with some of losing their homes. But yesterday in Whitesburg, members of KSP Post 13 and the local VFW gathered to present those officers with checks. Whitesburg VFW Commander Jay Perkins, who is also a state trooper, helped raise the money.
Several counties, several troopers out of the Hazard Post just decimated by the flood, and us being veterans and me being the commander here and also with the state police is near to my heart, and we've come up with some money.
Around $18,000 was raised and donated to the affected officers. The Appalachian Regional Healthcare Flood Distribution Center at the old JCPenney building in Hazard, it's closing its doors to the public today. It is still open right now for anyone needing relief supplies. We talked with the center's manager about why ARH decided to close it. The ARH Flood Distribution Center opened shortly after flooding hit eastern Kentucky. It quickly became a hub for those impacted by flooding, regardless of county, to pick up supplies.
We've had about 5,500 families come through. About 20,000 people have come through here.
The center is usually packed with supplies, volunteers, and those picking up items. And now, more than 2 months after the flood, needs are beginning to shift.
This is our area. All of our people are here. Our families are here. The people we serve are here. So we want to make sure that we are definitely taking a leadership position in there and help make sure that our communities are safe.
ARH leadership recently met to decide what is next for the center. They decided to close the center to the public at the end of the business day on Friday to begin its next phase.
We're going to reconfigure everything to support the community in ways where we're going to make sure that we got furniture packages, we have kitchenware packages, some winter clothing, things like that.
However, the center will serve as a warehouse for those supplies, working with charities and government organizations.
This facility is definitely going to be here through at least the winter to see what the need is at that point, but we're definitely not abandoning the area.
Helping Eastern Kentuckians heal. In Hazard, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News. There is a coat drive happening at the ARH headquarters in Lexington. We are also told a Toyota dealership in Knoxville reached out to organize its own coat drive. You can continue to drop off donations at the center, and the center is still open today from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. if you need any of those last-minute supplies. Knott County officials are warning people about scams relating to flood relief. Since the flooding, thousands have flocked into the area with good intentions, but officials say to be cautious of people asking for money up front. Knott County Attorney Tim Bates says his office is looking for the people committing fraud.
Our office has received complaints on some out-of-county contractors that are trying to take advantage of the situation in regard to the flood damage repair.
Bates says anyone who thinks they might have been scammed should report it to police. As Florida begins its long recovery from Hurricane Ian, now the second deadliest storm to hit the mainland U.S. this century, people here in eastern Kentucky know it will take time. And last night, our own disaster received national attention again on the CBS Evening News. CBS's Manuel Borges takes a look at just how devastating the wait can be for federal aid.
Got it? Yeah.
The signs of lives upended are everywhere here. Third-generation coal miner Roger Hatton is still sifting through debris and memories.
What do you want people to know about what's happening here?
We have got a porch to sit on. Some people don't got a porch to sit on. They don't have, some people are living in tents.
This is one of the most enduring images of the Kentucky floods. 17-year-old Chloe Adams clinging to her dog Sandy on a neighbor's rooftop for 5 hours.
I didn't know how to deal with that situation. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I really did think I was not going to make it out alive.
Her cousin rescued them on a kayak, but to this day, Chloe has not returned to her hometown, Whitesburg.
I don't think I would ever be able to comfortably sleep there again.
This nonprofit kitchen is providing the displaced an average of 1,200 meals a day. 5 of the school district's 8 campuses were damaged, delaying the start of the school year. The state has been rolling out some temporary homes.
I believe that people should pull themselves up by their bootstraps, but our bootstraps have washed down the creek.
State Representative Angie Hatton, who lives in Whitesburg, says the problem for many now is navigating the process of securing aid from FEMA.
It takes some sort of Olympic athlete to jump through the hoops. So I keep calling on our representatives in Congress and the U.S. Senate to please do something about FEMA.
Overall, FEMA has doled out more than $70 million here.
Wow, down to the studs.
But victims like single mother of 2, Vanessa Rouse, are still stuck in limbo.
This was the kitchen.
She says her flood insurance and homeowners insurance are at odds over who should cover this. So for now, Rouse is paying a mortgage on a house she can't live in.
I used to come almost every day, but I don't come that often anymore.
Why is that?
Because it's so sad, because every day it's more and more apparent of the loss.
The loss and the long road ahead. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Whitesburg, Kentucky.
Even after all these weeks following that flooding, still a lot of pain here in Letcher County and the counties that were affected. So hopefully more help will come soon. Let's take a look at our forecast this morning. Some dense fog out there across parts of the region. You see again zero visibility in Harlan, Middlesboro, Jacksboro, close to zero visibility at 3 miles, Somerset as well. So just be careful as you're traveling across the region this morning. We take a look again at some possibilities for a little bit of action there going over with temperatures. Well, actually, there it goes. There, it got stuck there for a second. Had a little bit of connectivity issues for a second, but you see temperatures across the region still in the 40s and 50s as you head out the door. 40 in Clintwood, 52. Jackson, Moorhead, and Pikeville, 53 in Prestonsburg, our warm spot. Day planner for today. You'll see some fog this morning, some sunshine early. Temperatures get into the upper 60s, but I do think we see some clouds a little bit later on this afternoon. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. When we come back here on Mountain News this morning, President Joe Biden responds to vague threats by Russia involving the possible use of nuclear weapons as its war with Ukraine continues.